The Israeli Security Cabinet is expected to meet today to discuss a possible military expansion in the Gaza Strip. Now, that move would allow Israel to conquer all parts of Gaza that are already under Israeli control. National correspondent Alex Miller joins us live now from New York. And Alex, Prime Minister Netanyahu is meeting with his cabinet, but he did sit down for an interview with Fox News just before that. What kind of preview did we get of what would happen at this meeting?
Well, look, he essentially said that they are planning to take control of all of Gaza. The last time that Israel controlled Gaza was 20 years ago, 2005. And so essentially what he says is that they want to take control of Gaza, but they don't want to keep it. Instead, he says they want to pass it off to what he's calling Arab forces, who then will govern it. Again, he says he does not want Israel to govern it, but he wants to make sure that whoever takes control of Gaza after will not only keep Israel safe, but he also says to keep Gazans safe as well. Listen to what else he said.
Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do.
And based on the comments that we've seen from the president over the last couple of days, it does look like President Trump is giving Netanyahu the leeway to do this. But there is a lot of pushback elsewhere. Other allied nations not happy about the idea of expanding. Look, Israel already controls about 75% of Gaza at this point, so it would just be the next 25%. But that 25% is an important area. Obviously, Hamas operating there. But there's also this belief that the hostages also might be being held there. And we know from the last 2 years that if the IDF has gotten close to some of those areas where they believe hostages are, hostages have died from their captors being concerned that, the IDF is getting close, particularly those 6 who were murdered in tunnels almost a year ago. And so there's that concern. There's opposition within Israel. There have been protests over this, and major military officials, both that work currently as part of the IDF and past, have also said that they don't think this is the right decision.
And Alex, I would imagine the hostage families are a little concerned. Are they doing anything? I mean, have they spoken out? Are they talking to anybody about what the options are?
Yeah, the majority of the hostage families are not happy about this. We have seen protests every single week in Tel Aviv and across the country for an end to this war. They got even bigger last week once we saw the release of those videos of Ram Breslavsky and Eviatar David from the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and from Hamas. Today, a group of those hostage families actually got on a boat and sailed towards the border of Gaza. One of those hostages' fathers, Nimrod Cohen is the hostage, his father said that Netanyahu is really talking about expanding this war only to please the far right in his coalition. Listen to what else he said.
Netanyahu is playing a double game. On the one hand, he's saying we're doing everything to get our hostages back. On the other hand, is satisfying his extremists in the government, the one that wants settlements and continuing the war, and protecting himself from losing his government, from criticism and investigation, and that's why he's prolonging the war. Netanyahu is working only for himself.
While they were on that boat, they broadcasted messages via their loudspeakers, and there's also cause for protests back in Israel on land later today.
All right, national correspondent Alex Miller live for us from New York. Thank you for that update.